They call me Dan, the Lakers fan. And I got a master plan for the Lakers back to the promised land. Spread the vision through my people, cause we fans are equal. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jet.
What up, Laker family? It's your excuse me, it's your boy Dtlf back with another recap and preview of what's to come for the Lakers, guys. Last night was horrible. I wasn't here to do post game last night. I was obviously out with family. Very disappointed in the way we lost. Obviously, the Lakers lose to the Chicago Bulls 119-117 behind a horrific buzzer beater by Josh Giddey. The one and only Josh Giddey beat us at the buzzer. Now, the irony in all of this is that LeBron James had a tip-in 48 hours before versus the Indiana Pacers. Then we turned around and we give up a half-court buzzer beater. And I'm here to break it all down for you guys. I mean, we're going to start with the plays. What went wrong? And also, how far can we actually go? And is this, can the Lakers actually bounce back from this? So we're going to break it all down. I got some concerns, of course, about this team, and then obviously some optimism, as well as we're going to break down the breaking news that happened today as well, which is the Memphis Grizzlies firing their head coach with 9 games left before the playoffs. So that was a shocker. So many shocking things happened this season, and that definitely didn't that was not planned at all. So we're going to break that all down and how that impacts the Lakers in the standings and all that good stuff. But let's get into the proverbial play, or should I say sequence, that lost us the ball game last night. And yes, even though it's painful, viewer discretion is advised. We will have to relive these final 12.6 seconds. And this is what I like to call horrific execution by the Lakers. All right, you're up 115-110 right now. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say LeBron giveth and LeBron taketh away. Okay. He hasn't been the same since he came back from injury. All right. So I'm not going to write off LeBron, because many times we've seen, is this the end of LeBron? And then boom, he turns up. He had a game winner versus Indiana, and he had a phenomenal fourth quarter, even though he didn't play a great game in Indiana overall. That game winner put us over the top. Now, I do believe that LeBron James is one of the main reasons we lost this game last night. Here you go. Let me break it down. First of all, this play right here. You're up 12 seconds. The miscommunication here between Luka and LeBron James. LeBron gets lost in the sauce. His guy's going to go to the corner. Watch this inbound play here. Look at LeBron. What is LeBron doing? He's floating in no man's land, right? If you guys can see, LeBron James is literally floating in no man's land. So here you see, Austin Reaves gets screened. All right, look who catches the ball. Pie. LeBron is in no man's land again. The whole time he lost track of his guy. This is LeBron's fault, okay? His guy catches, pulls up, makes it. All right, now you're up 2 points with 9.8 seconds. You're a Hall of Famer. You should know never to make this pass here. You have, by the way, you have a timeout. The pass is very lazy. As you will see here, the pass is extremely lazy. He just dumped it off basically to Josh Giddey. If you're going to make this pass, you have to make sure that Austin Reaves is in position to catch it. First of all, he's not fully out in front of his guy. If he was going to make this pass, he has to get it directly to the outside hand of Austin Reaves, which would have been around this area. He dumps it off right there. Josh Giddey, easy steal. I could have stole this ball. It was worse. We compound this by not getting out on defense. LeBron picks up Giddey. Austin Reaves is already covering the corner guy here. Right? Nobody's covering Kobe White. I understand it's a scramble bang bang play. Kobe White wide open. Bang. Mistake number 2. All right, now here it goes. Here it goes. We call the timeout. We're down 16 seconds. We're blessed enough to the point where Austin Reaves, right, he's going to catch this ball, and he's going to do an Austin Reaves thing, which is be clutch. Now, he might have went too early. Debatable. Debatable, because first of all, you got 5 seconds left. You can never go too early in 5 seconds. Lays it up. Beautiful soft touch off the rim. Clutch. Now, here's the problem again. What are we doing? All right, we're picking up full court. That's good defense there. Why is there anybody guarding Vucevic? Look at this. Look at this. Josh Giddey, wide open. Nobody was in front of him. Look at the distance between LeBron and Austin Reaves. Both made the mistake. I know it's a half-court heave and it's luck, but he had too much space. We didn't take away space. We didn't make him uncomfortable. Ball game. All right. Poor execution by our Lakers down the stretch. I hate it. I hate it here, but it's a valuable lesson we have to learn. We have to learn off of this, man. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm not pleased about this loss at all, but to me, the season isn't over. To me, I'm going to tell you, if I'm JJ Redick, I have all the film in the world to destroy this team for lack of execution. This is why we lost the game. It wasn't because of lack of effort, energy. We can blame defense, of course, bad calls, all of that. But I was watching this game from my phone, even though I was on the road. And I realized just the Lakers give up leads all season long. We had an 18-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. We gave that up. And it was worse. We gave up a 5-point lead in 12 seconds. This was just as bad as when Team Mac hit 3 threes under 30 seconds to beat the Spurs when they were down 9. This is just as bad. Monumental collapse. In all my years as a Laker fan, I have not seen a contending team, which I still believe this team can be, mentally break down this bad. I haven't seen it. And we can blame the coaching, but this is on the players, and specifically LeBron James. Since he came back, I know he's been doing a lot of podcast stories and stuff like that, so maybe his mind isn't into it. But those execution plays right there at the end were LeBron James. We got to call him out. And I love LeBron, and I'm cheering for him. And obviously, he won us the game the previous night. But, man, LeBron giveth and LeBron taketh away. So then now people start questioning, is LeBron done? Is father time finally here? He is 40. He's not healing the same, this or that. Innocent until proven guilty. And what I mean by that is we're going to wait and see. The jury's still out because LeBron has been known to turn up right before the playoffs or during the playoffs. So I'm not going to go and say this is over for LeBron or none of that crazy stuff that the current NBA media is going to go on a rant about. And by the way, they're trying to destroy LeBron's legacy after he spoke out. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of negative talk this morning about him. But remember, he did help us win one in Indiana, and then he helped us lose one. Here's the good news I have for you guys. I do have some good news this AM, and hopefully you guys are doing wonderful. I will read the comments in a bit. I want to get this off my chest. In spite of the loss last night, the Lakers are still number 4 in the Western Conference. In spite of the loss. Oh, by the way, the team we're battling with and who we're probably going to face in the playoffs for that 4 seed, and we're probably going to end up facing them, the Memphis Grizzlies, just fired their head coach, and that is who we play next. Okay? So we are virtually tied, even though we have the tiebreaker currently, with Memphis, who we play tomorrow. And they just fired Taylor Jenkins 9 games before the playoffs. Hey, listen, NBA, insane shit happens. One day you get beat by somebody who doesn't like to go over 16, and the next day, the team you face the next day, their coach gets fired 9 games before the playoffs. Insane. What's up, CJ? He said, still upset about yesterday. Hey, me too. I'm disappointed more than anything, man. I'm very disappointed, man. That's right, Nello. Hey, we still here, and I'm here to tell you guys there's still plenty of hope because I feel like these type of losses can either make or break you. We're going to find out what type of character the Lakers built after a loss like last night. I shouldn't take a loss like that to build this up, but it's now or never. There's 9 games left. 9 games left in the regular season. We play the Grizzlies next, and these are must-win games, all of them. We had last night's game under control. Like I said, we were up 18 heading into the fourth. Ironically, we had the opposite of a poor third quarter. We had a great third quarter. But this team is not disciplined, and I showed it there in the final plays. The reason I showed those clips was because I wanted to break it down with you guys how we lost that game. A lot of that was on LeBron, but most of that was poor execution. Luka also didn't play good defense yesterday. We keep giving up 118. Keep telling you guys it's the defense that's going to get us the championship if we really want to contend. I know a lot of people have given up on this team because we've looked shaky since LeBron came back, since Rui came back, but Um, we absolutely need to come together as a unit right now. We haven't done good on the road all year. We haven't. That's just the reality of it. I'm gonna tell you guys a very scary stat coming up right now. Hey sis, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing better today. We all had a bad day yesterday uh due to the Lakers, but we'll have to fight another day. And again, just like I showed, we're still in the 4th seed. So, it's not all doom and gloom. The Clippers are creeping up, Golden State creeping up, Minnesota's creeping up. So we have to stay, keep them at bay, hope for a couple of losses, and then win our own games. But we got 9 games left. It's make it or break it time. And I'd rather find out the truth about my team now than get heartbroken in the playoffs. She said Austin did everything to help us win, and LeBron did 3 things to make us lose. Yeah, you know what? Again, I'm concerned for LeBron's health more than anything, and I know he lost us that game in that 4th quarter at the end with those poor decisions, especially that inbound pass. That inbound pass was just so elementary school. That's like something when you go to a little league game, you see a kid just carelessly throw it into the opposition and they give up a wide open shot and they lose games. It's not like LeBron. So there's got to be some mental fatigue there. I'm not going to make excuses for the king, but there's got to be something there. I mean, he's been dealing with a lot of adversity this year with his son and everything. So I get it. But I expect him to get his shit together because otherwise we're not going to go very far. We need LeBron. For all the people that say, oh, we don't need LeBron, he should just retire this Lucas team now. We need everybody on this team. The West isn't easy. The NBA isn't easy. Matter of fact, here's a scary stat for you guys, okay? Since the Luka trade, when one of LeBron or Luka plays, the Lakers are 11-2 versus teams that are above 500. They are 4-6 with teams below. So could it be that we playing down to the competition and relaxing? Maybe so. I don't know what it could be, but it's something. Here's another scary stat. Here's one more for you guys, right? Keep telling you guys defense. Defense is everything, right? From January 15th to March 7th, the Lakers were the best in the NBA on defense. We were holding the opponents to 107 points per game. And that was when we were winning 8 games, when we won 8 games in a row. We're the best in the NBA from January 15th to March 7th. Since March 7th to now, we're giving up 119. That's best for 23rd in the NBA. So we've fallen off the face since those injuries struck. And we are, again, we've been losing a lot more. So we went from best in the NBA for a good amount of time, January 15th to March 7th. That's more than a month and a half or so. But since then to now, we have fallen off the cliff. The common denominator here is that we've been hurt and we haven't recouped from it. So that is the upside, guys. Is it doom and gloom for the Lakers? After last night's game, you could say that. But here's what I'll say. I always like to put things on the opposite perspective. What went wrong? One of our best players messed up. Cool. It happens to the best of them. Okay. Shouldn't, but it does. Defense needs to be better. During that stint that I mentioned, LeBron James was more energized. He looked healthy, and he was actually trying on defensive end. Jackson Hayes has been sensational, by the way. Last night he had a phenomenal game as well. There's the silver lining to me is that this team is going to get better as they get healthier, assuming they get healthier. But last night, Jackson Hayes had 19 points, 8 rebounds, a block. He's been good, 9 for 11 from the field. If we want to look at the stats, LeBron had 17 points, 12 assists, 2 steals. The turnovers we got to cut down on. 4 turnovers for him, 3 for DFS, 2 for Austin Reaves, and 1 for Luka. Our starting lineup got to do a better job of protecting the ball. Austin Reaves was sensational. 30 points, very clutch in the end. 10 for 17 from the field. 2 blocks and an assist. 3 assists. But again, our bench didn't really provide much since Rui was injured, right? Last night when Rui was healthy, DFS gave us how much off the bench? He gave us, I think, 14 off the bench. We got some good production. Starting, he's been playing worse as a starter. 1 for 5 from the field, 3 points. So there's some stuff that we can work on for sure that we can get better. That's the silver lining. But they have to do it. I mean, we can talk about we should, we can, and all that, It's insane, man. It's insane how our defense is falling off, but at the same time, there's room for improvement. That's the good news, guys. It wasn't a fluke We played the best defense in the NBA for about a month and a half. That's not a fluke. If you guys want to be positive or you rather be negative, it's up to you guys. But we're still the 4th seed. We still control our own destiny. We have to start winning games. But we control our own destiny as of right now as the 4th seed. That's where I want us. I want us as the top 4 seed. Have to beat Memphis tomorrow. Absolutely must win. We have to win versus the lesser opponents as well remaining on the schedule. There's still a back-to-back to be played, right? So schedule doesn't get easier, but we got to get better. And hopefully, we execute better down the stretch. Simple as that. Could have happened to anybody. Could have been Austin with the turnover. Could have been Luka, but it was LeBron, unfortunately. Luckily for him, he had the game-winning tip in the previous night. So for me, it kind of evened out. We won a game we could have lost, and we lost the game we could have won. Even. Don't like it? It is what it is. You live to fight another day. Thankfully, Memphis lost, and they just fired their head coach, by the way. By the way, Taylor Jenkins fired? Something must have happened behind the scenes. Absolutely must have happened behind the scenes because he's got the best winning percentage as a Memphis head coach in the history of their franchise. He gets fired 9 games before the playoffs, and they're in the 5th seed, virtually tied with the Lakers for 4th. So we could somewhat benefit off of that. We have to capitalize off of their turmoil. I know sometimes teams come out and they play more motivated after firing a coach, but we have to capitalize off of their firing, and we have to execute tomorrow and win. Ja Morant's been injured, by the way. He'll probably be healthy tomorrow. All right. I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to save it for tomorrow's pregame. But I'm back, and my apologies. I did miss last night, but I was out. Like I said, family event. Had a lot of fun. Happy birthday to my cousin. But I did watch the game, and I was with you guys on playback. I want to say major shout out to Kimiko for holding it down while I was gone. She did a great job handing out the passes, moderating in the chat, and all that good stuff. So shout out to her. But I'm back, and tomorrow's game is going to be amazing. Amazing. And I'm going to have a great guest with me on playback tomorrow. So I look forward to that, and hopefully you guys tune in then. Let's see. D Free says we will be fine. LeBron always plays like ass once he comes back from injuries. He does have a roster issues that won't go away this year, but I believe we can overcome them. Oh, absolutely. And like I mentioned, man, there's a lot of positivity to be had. I understand we lost, but Austin's been playing out of his mind. Luka continues to hit big shots. I know he was struggling from the field. He hit some big ones in the second half. Our team is we have a lot of firepower. It's all about I feel like we're still going through that gelling process of having a new roster. Plus, we keep adapting to we put Rui in one game, we took him out the next. You know what I'm saying? Like that is an adjustment. Different starting lineups every night due to injuries. Hopefully, we can get a clean stretch of health towards the end because that'll go a long way, right? Bulls was playing dirty as fuck. Oh my goodness. Every team plays it like that, sis, because they get away with it. And it's frustrating. All year long, we've been complaining about the rest, rightfully so. But the Lakers are going to have to find a way to play through that, and we're going to have to get tougher mentally, right? But yeah, it was a game of runs. I mean, we started off the game really slow. Some people in playback had already given up early on that game. Shout out to Kimiko. She was very positive, as you always should be as a Laker fan, because it's never over until the clocks hit 0. We came back by the end of the half. Gabe Vincent hits a big 3. We had a phenomenal third quarter, and then we broke down in the 4th. So this is the problem I've had with the Lakers all year, the inconsistencies. We've been having shitty third quarters and then phantom runs in the 4th. Yesterday was a reverse roll. I thought we had it in the back. I'm messaging in the chat, so excited. And boom. Instead of having a shitty third, we had an amazing third and a shitty 4th. And it's like, man, we can't catch a break. Lakers have to find a way to sustain their leads. And I feel like we start going away from what's working. We start playing kind of like reserve basketball to protect the lead. And when you're on, playing that brand of basketball, you're going to lose a lot of leads because everybody else is playing aggressive. They're playing desperation ball. I can't stand the Bulls. I can't stand Josh Giddey. He only made that shot because it was less than 16 seconds left on the clock. Okay? He only hits less than 16. Okay, guys? So that was a fluke of a shot. Congratulations. They made it. They get the win. And we get the loss. That's the way the cookie crumbles. The irony. We hit a game winner the first night, and then on the second night, we lose to a game winner. But hey, Again, we're still in the 4th seed. We control our own destiny, and this is either going to make us or break us. From this moment forward, I want to see better execution down the stretch of games, especially. The first couple quarters, you're going to make mistakes. You're kind of getting your feet wet throughout the course of the game. But third quarter and especially fourth quarter, we got to execute much better. Coaching staff got to get us right. Got to get us right. My guy, Main Event, said, looks like LeBron is checking out sometimes. Could it be that he's no longer the first option? I just think he's hurt, man. He hasn't looked healthy, honestly. Every year I feel like we have this conversation about LeBron. Is it the end? Is it the end? I feel like as a Laker fan, every year since he's gotten here, we've had this conversation. It's almost like kind of takes his foot off the gas a little bit due to injuries or his body or God knows what. And then he kind of hits the gas again, maybe like 3-4 games before the playoffs, and then takes off after that. This is kind of why I wanted to bring him back a little closer to that, right? Remember, I was on the record as the saying when he was out, rest him, get him 100% healthy. This is why. And again, I don't fully blame him for the loss, but he had a huge part in it, especially those final couple possessions. Let's call a spade a spade. But the entire team defensively breaks down, right? Matter of fact, the previous game versus the Pacers, we had an 8-point lead with a minute or a minute and 30 seconds. We give it up. We go down 1 and then took a tip in from LeBron just to get us the win. So again, they continue to, they continue to have these mental lapses at the end. It's almost like they feel like they crossed the finish line. It ain't over until the clock hits double zeros, period. Right? And so that's all. That's all I got to say about that. All right, comments, questions, concerns. I do not like the Bulls anymore. Facts, bro. I can't believe we got beat by Diddy Giddy out here, man. I can't believe it. Damn. Appreciate you, Kimiko. Thank you so much. Yes, by the way, we just crossed 1,100, guys. So we continue to grow on playback. Make sure you guys don't stay back, man. This is one of the best, if not the best apps out there. Download it. It's absolutely free. And you get a chance to watch games along with me and sometimes even special guests that I bring on. It's a lot of fun, guys. It's the new way of watching hoops. And by the way, they just brought in baseball. So I will be covering some Dodger games when I get free time, most likely in the NBA offseason. But it's just a lot of excitement, man. That platform continues to grow, and make sure you guys download the app. Kimiko makes it very easy. She posts the link, so you got to just click on it and follow Dtlf over there. And we're going to have a lot of fun. And I'll also do some gaming over there from time to time. So tap in. Kings Only 710 says, it was almost a perfect night, man. Went to see the Dodgers win and the Lakers lose in a heartbreaker. Oh, man, it almost was the perfect night. And by the way, shout out to the Dodgers who are now 3-0, baby. Let's go. Hey, that World Series title defense is looking good. All right, it's looking good. It's early, but it's looking good. And, I'm glad at least the Dodgers won yesterday because the Lakers keep breaking our hearts, man. And it does seem like the Luka honeymoon is over. Not for me. I'm excited for years to come because I know what Luka's going to bring to this team. You guys already see he's gotten acclimated offensively. He did have an off shooting night, but he always impacts the game. He had a triple-double. LeBron did as well, had an off shooting night, but he had 12 assists. These guys are still going to impact the game in positive forms. It's just about execution for me. It hasn't been there in the last couple weeks, if I'm being honest. And I know a lot of that is due to injuries and the interchangeable lineups, but we can't look for excuses. It's make it or break it time. Who are we truly? Are we the second best team in the West? Are we the best team in the West? Or are we, we were just the 8-game riding off the high of the trade squad, right? Who clearly still needs another big man, clearly still needs some size, maybe a backup big man as well, and some pieces in the offseason. But we have more than enough to compete, in my opinion, this year if they just get it together. That's all they have to do. Let's see. Detroit says, you guys should have won. LeBron should have called a timeout. That was a boneheaded play. LeBron needs to block all the media noise. Stephen A. Snitch is a clown. Facts, brother. He said LeBron needs to focus, and the Lakers will be fine. Man, I like this. I like this brother right here from Detroit, May 313, man. Hey, always positive and always saying good things, man. So we appreciate you. By the way, shout out to your Pistons. You guys beat us twice this year, and you guys are better than I gave you guys credit for early in the year. But that team really impressed me throughout the course of the season. You guys got better and better and better. And, appreciate you, brother. He said he didn't get disciplined because they investigated and found nothing. I have no idea what topic we're talking about here, but let me know. Let me know, D Free, what it is. I'm still mad about last night. I had to have drinks last night. Man, tell me about it, bro. I got in. Listen, I wanted to do post game, but I got in really late from LA last night. I got in at 11, almost midnight, and I was like too tired. I've been out all day. I'll do it in the AM. All right, that way I can break it down like I did right now, much better, right? Instead of just last minute. But yeah, again, most concerning stat for me is that since the Luka trade, Lakers are 11-2 versus teams above 500, which is a good thing. But then we are 4-6 versus teams below 500, which is a really bad thing, right? Mark of a good team. You're able not to play down to the competition. You take care of business. And we haven't done that. We just haven't, especially on the road, man. We really struggle on the road, and there has to be some sort of solution to that because we're a completely different team at home than we are on the road. Completely, right? And again, defense has to be key here because we are now currently, since March 7th till now, we are giving up 119 points per game, which is 23rd in the NBA. Okay, far from the 107 we were giving up from January 15th to March 7th. Right. We were best in NBA then from that span. So they showed it to me for a long enough stretch where I now expect it. But I understand we're not healthy. I get it. And hopefully that does change, though. Hopefully we get healthier and we're able to put everything together on the court and build that chemistry. Rui was sensational for us the previous game, and then he didn't play this one. So all these little things, believe it or not, impact, especially coming off of a back-to-back. Schedule makers, man. You guys are anybody who did the schedule for the Lakers needs to be fired because it's not fair. There's been so many back-to-backs this year. I'm not sure if we have the most or not, but feels that way. And I really think they should get rid of back-to-backs. I mean, the year is long enough where if you start the season a little earlier, like maybe instead of October 20-something, you started like on October 1st, you can eliminate a lot of back-to-backs, right? It's that simple, Commissioner. Get it done. We're tired of losing games just based off of fatigue or mental fatigue or whatever. I'm just tired of it. Space it out a little bit and we'll figure it out later, right? Let's see. Detroit May says, don't you think in situations like that, the ball should be in Luka's hands, bro? Luka is the future of the Lakers. Ball should always be in his hands in the clutch. I'm rooting for the Lakers. Austin has proven he could also handle the rock in the end. Everybody makes mistakes, man. LeBron has been very clutch throughout his career at making the right passes and making the right plays. So I'm not going to completely take the ball out of his hands. But yeah, I would like to see it more in Luka's hands. I think Luka is such a great closer in the prime of his career that, yeah, I would rather see it in his hands. But I don't distrust LeBron or Austin. Anybody else, I don't want it in their hands. So, but yeah, I kind of see your point there. Let's see. Robert says, DTLF, we can't make excuses. This is put up or shut up time. Exactly. No more excuses from here on out. Let's put injuries to the side, put officiating to the side, and just judge the Lakers based on how they finish these final 9 games and where we finish in the West. Again, I believe we can beat anybody in a 7-game series. Okay. I do think home court is important, especially for the first round, just to get some momentum. We need to finish top 4 for that to happen. We're currently the 4th seed in the West, currently. But as you can see in the standings, it's gonna be tough to stay there. Teams are creeping up. We got Golden State trying to creep up. Now they lost 2 in a row, so that's the good news. The Clippers are going on one of those phantom runs where they always trick ESPN into glazing them, and then they disappear in the playoffs, per usual. But they're on one of those little phantom runs. Minnesota is very intriguing to me. Watch out for them. And then all of a sudden, Dallas has started playing better. They got AD back, and they're undefeated with AD. I think they're 3-0 when AD plays. So Dallas is an interesting little dark horse there. But yeah, the West is a bloodbath, as you can see, man. We are fighting from 2 all the way down to what is it? 12 seed? Yeah, from 2 to 12. Matter of fact, to 13. Everybody's fighting and jockeying for position. So nothing is easy ever. Right? My guy Quentin Says Dan, what's up, man? Glad you're back. And to me, Luka and Austin are fine. LeBron looks like he's not healthy. Yeah, and that's a big concern for me because, the LeBron haters were ready to move on from him. And as you can see, we're going to need him. And I've been saying this even when they were, we're excited to add Luka, but it doesn't mean we got to diss the stars that were already here. So, again, LeBron does not look healthy, but I've seen LeBron turn it up all of a sudden. So hopefully, again, he's got some time here. Hopefully, before the playoffs come, he'll be firing on all cylinders. Because if we can get him going, Austin is just having a generational season, man. I love what he's doing. He's not looking like an all-star, y'all, right? My ceiling was an all-star. He's exceeding my ceiling right now. Even me, who scouted him from the first game he played in Summer League when he was hitting game winners to now and thought he was the next Manu Ginobili, all-star caliber player. He's exceeded that. He had another 30-piece yesterday, and we really should have won on his game winner, but no diddy giddy. It is with the 16 and under at the half court, and it was just so frustrating to watch. But think about it. How many game winners has Austin hit in his career already? He had one earlier this year versus Golden State. So this dude is really, really clutch, and LeBron trusts him, Luka trusts him, and I trust him, and the entire Laker fan base trusts him. So that is a silver lining in all of this, is that Luka and Austin continue to hoop. But Luka was off, though. I want to see more efficient games out of him, because when he's efficient, we're almost impossible to beat. He was like 8 for 20 or something like that. Same thing with LeBron. They were both off. But again, Luka finds ways to impact the game in other ways, and then he'll hit clutch daggers down the stretch of games for sure. Shout out to Austin last night. He showed some serious grit with the ankle injury. Dude is underappreciated. Never by me, man. I've always, fought off the haters. I remember there was a time a lot of people wanted to trade him for DeJounte Murray, and I kept telling people, no. If anything, at best, that would be a lateral move. But look, that wouldn't have even been a lateral move. That would have been a preposterous move. We would have been, asking for Rob Pelinka's head on a platter. And instead, now we got to keep him, and now we see why we were always so high on him. And so, I'm glad that he's finally getting the flowers that I always gave him on this channel, and that, a lot of you guys did as well. He deserves it, man. He deserves it. He's a great player, very underrated, and you know what? He's only going to continue to shine and get better as his career progresses, for sure. But let's see what happens moving forward, guys. Hey, Tamika, good to see you, girl. Good to see you. Let's see, Kimiko. Yes, make sure you follow on Playback, guys. That is the #1 growing app. I'm telling you guys, you will never see sports the same way unless you watch it with your family and friends in your household. But if they're not there, come watch it with us, man. Tap in with your boy Dtlf over on Playback. It's a lot of fun. Lakers threw the game away with serious negligence in the last 30 seconds. I was not impressed at all. They need to start taking things more serious. Agreed. Yeah, like we broke it down already. That clip is disgusting to see. Not even, I'll go even further. The last 12 seconds, just like I broke down, that is where we truly lost the game. LeBron gives up a wide open 3. LeBron turns it over. The Lakers give up a wide open 3, and then nobody defends at the half court to even make him adjust the shot. Part of that I blame on the NBA, because if we even try to get in front of the man and he flops, they get 3 free throws, and we would have lost either way. But there's no excuses for that mental collapse. I agree, sis. It was horrible. It was horrible. Let's see. Quentin McGinnis says, would you think about next year moving off LeBron and his contract so we could get better and younger, like getting a big man and good role players? I think the future is going to be Luka and Austin. I would say no, Quentin, for multiple reasons. One, LeBron has been loyal to us, and we're going to be loyal to LeBron. That's the Laker way. We did it for Kobe when he tore his Achilles by still giving him the max contract. In spite of criticism, it paid off, because that's what landed us the next superstar, and so on and so forth. And then, also Luka is great, has a great relationship with LeBron, and so does Austin. You would break up that chemistry. We don't want that. LeBron is a great player. He hasn't had a good stretch here recently, but I think we need to see the bigger picture here. We're not going to win a championship without LeBron James, right? We're not. And even if the Lakers were to move on from LeBron right now, there's not any crazy free agents you could sign that's going to move the needle this offseason anyways. Everything kind of lines up to when LeBron does retire in 2 to 3 seasons, right? So that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do moving forward. We just got to be smart moving forward. And it's not the end of the world, guys. We're still the 4th seed in the West right now. Now, if we keep losing, everything will collapse, right? We'll be a bottom 6 seed. We'll have to fight maybe even to make the play-in if we fall to the 7th. And then everything will be okay. Season is starting to kind of remind me of the last couple of years if that happens. But that Memphis Grizzlies win could be everything for us coming up tomorrow. I'm telling you guys. So we win that game, and then we get 8 games left, and we take care of business for the final 8. There's still an opportunity for us to be really competitive and potentially compete for a title. But again, Lakers got to get back to what it was, which was defense first. We're not going to win a lot of games giving up 120. We're going to win a lot of games if we hold them under 107 like we were doing during that 8-game stretch and during that month and a half. But this new brand we've been playing where we just try to outshoot teams isn't going to work. So hopefully we get that right. Straga, thank you so much, my friend, for the super chat. Sorry, I just jumped, said my piece before listening. Oh, no, you're good, Straga. I already know. You're good. You're good. But you're absolutely right. I mean, you're not wrong. It was a disgusting final couple of seconds. For me, it was the last 12 where we lost it because, like I said, we were up 5 with 12 seconds, give up a wide open 3, turn it over, give up another 3. And to me, even though Austin hit that shot, you kind of put yourself in that position at the end. All you had to do was inbound the ball, get fouled, go to the free throw line, knock down your 2 free throws. Now it's another 4-possession game. They don't have a timeout. Now they have to heave a 3, foul, and do it all over again. And the game would have probably been over by then. But again, it's poor execution on the Lakers. Even an inbound pass becomes a mission when the Lakers aren't executing. We've done a terrible job of executing on the road, right? A lot of that is mental fortitude. Some of that is back-to-backs. But again, no excuses. 9 games left. 9. That's it. Not even 2 handfuls. 9. And I love the fact that the season's coming down to an end because this whole year has been like this. But we have the brightest of futures with Luka. Regardless of whatever happened this year, I told you guys we've already won. I do hope we compete for a title, though, because we're formidable enough to do it. It's all about execution now. We're formidable. We saw enough of a sample size to say, okay, this team has something special. Even ESPN was glazing us during that time. So we got to get back to that. Simple as that. It ain't science. It's just execute, got to become mentally strong, and we got to come together throughout all the adversity. Right now, all the analysts are destroying LeBron. His teammates got to back him up. In spite of him having a bad couple games, got to back him up. So do the fans. We got to have his back, right? A lot of people are already talking about coming off his contract. No. LeBron's going to retire a Laker. And, so again, looking at the schedule, guys, we face the Memphis Grizzlies. It's interesting to me because, like I said, they just fired their head coach, Taylor Jenkins. I have no idea why. I will hopefully get more information later on. Got a lot of content coming, guys, so stay tuned. Not sure if I'm going to do a phone call Fridays since we kind of spoke our piece already this morning. But if I do, make sure you guys find me back here at 5 p.m. Pacific time. I will definitely be here tomorrow for full coverage, pre-game, post-game, everything back to normal scheduling. So if you guys missed me yesterday, that's probably the only game I'll miss this year. Okay, probably the only game I'll miss this year. I've been here for every other game. So stay tuned for that. Again, around the league coming up again. We're back this Tuesday. All right. Started hitting up some potential guests already. And back to NBA Weekly and all that good stuff. So keep it locked right here for all things Lakers, NBA, and more. And I will see you guys real soon, guys. That's going to wrap it up for me. But there's still a way. I still believe in this Lakers team. I have a weird feeling that we're going to turn up at some point, and the rest will be history. So hopefully I'm right. But if I stand corrected, so be it. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. And remember, this video was brought to you guys, and it's sponsored by Prize Picks. All right. You guys already haven't tapped in. What are you waiting for, man? #1 daily sports fantasy app. Promo code Dtlf gets you guys that 100%. No, actually $50 when you deposit your first 10 and play. Okay. So enjoy that. And I'll see you guys real soon.